Woo! Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in on this evening. I just wanted to check very quickly to make sure that one, I could live stream. I'm trying to live stream to members only, and I don't know if I set the setting correct, but it looks like this is made for general. This looks like it's a general setting. YouTube makes this difficult. Okay. Well, anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Come on in, get yourself have a seat, get yourself a cold drink, find yourself somewhere to sit down because you saw the thumbnail and you saw the title. So let's get at it. I want to talk real quick. What's going on, Shar? Good to see you. Grace and peace, sister. Grace and peace. Um, just had an interesting topic I want to talk about in relation to this whole Fani Willis situation, and just want to look at and kind of get your opinions. I want to know, like, am I just being too critical about this? And so, real quick, all right, sounds good on YouTube. Perfect. Thank you so much. So, I just want to get your opinion and, like, hey, Jason, you might be too critical about this and whatnot. I believe that in the marketplace, I believe in the marketplace of ideas. So, if you have a contrary idea, I want you to be able to share that contrary idea, even if it's contrary to what I believe. And I want to be able to do the same thing. If I have a viewpoint that you disagree with, I want to be able to share those ideas and we can kind of flesh them out in the marketplace of ideas. I do believe that that's the best way for us to grow and to thrive and to, for lack of a better term, hammer out ideas moving forward. But then it also is a benefit to you because it allows you to see, why do you believe what you believe? Why do you think what you think? And it gives you a chance. My daughter's in a class called Theory of Knowledge. And basically, the class is kind of a philosophical class about how do we know what we know. And I think one of the ways that we know what we know is we've actually taken the time to think about it. And here in this Christian space, I say it all the time, I have zero issue with you having a contrary belief. As long as I'm able to question you and ask you questions about what you believe, and same thing applies to me. You're able to ask me questions about what I believe, why I believe it, so on and so forth. I'm perfectly okay with that. That being the case, I think that that's how we know, like, yeah, I really do understand this. I really do believe this, and I've thought about it. Not only have I thought about it, but I've worked it out in the marketplace. I've had other people question me and to challenge me, and so on and so forth. That's why I can say unequivocally that critical race theory is a cult. I can say that, and it's not because I heard somebody else say it. It's not because I read it in a book, but rather I've sat down and thought about it and said, this is a different religion. That's why I can say that I don't believe that Martin Luther King Jr. was a Christian. Not because it's bombastic or it's incendiary, but rather, yeah, I've sat down and thought about it. And I've worked it out, I've ironed it out, and I'm like, yo, I don't know why you believe this guy's a Christian. And I can ask those questions of other people. And I believe that that's the right thing to do. Um, and I believe that's the right thing to do as humans. And to, for lack of a better term, sit on up to the table, bring your ideas, and let's parse them out. And let's make sure we understand why we believe what we believe or why you believe what you believe. Now, one of the ways in the political sphere is the form of debate. Now, we can talk about what I think what passes for debate oftentimes is not really debate. A lot of the times it's just an open forum, loud conversation. But it's not a formal debate where you have an opening and I have a rebuttal and you have so much time to restate. And so those kind of things like that. A formal debate. And I think formal debates are very, very beneficial because it allows you to, again, consider what it is that you believe. And are you able to articulate what you believe about this topic or what you believe about this concept, what you believe about this theory in a way that is coherent and is able to be grasped by your audience? I do believe that that's very, very, very necessary. So now where I'm going with this is, and I want you all in the chat, thank you everybody who's stopping by this, checking out what we're talking about this evening. I just want to know, am I being too critical? and I'm willing willing to accept that maybe I might be just looking at this entirely too critically. And I want to hear what you all think. So here we go. Bring myself back in here. Why am I not in here? There we go. Fulton DA Fani Willis declines the Atlanta Press Club debate. This is a tried and true here in Georgia, here in Atlanta, the Press Club debate. And for whatever reason, and I'm not saying that you have to go. I'm not saying you got to go. But it just would seem like, would you not want to explain to the people of Fulton County why it is that they should elect you as, or rather re-elect you as the DA of Fulton County? Now, I know, and we're going to read through this article, and I'm going to look at a couple things that just, again, I'm just wondering, am I just being too critical of this thing? But let me tease it out a little bit. Let's get up here. Let's go. Atlanta, Georgia. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is declining an invitation from the Atlanta Press Club to debate challengers for her office. I don't know. It just seems like that would be very important to me to prove to the people that are going to potentially, that I want to elect me, that I am the right one for this position and for this role. It just seemed like that would make sense. Like, what else you got going on? Fani appreciates the invitation, and under circumstances she would participate, but after careful consideration, she must decline, according to the statement from Willis's re-election campaign. We are not doing interviews that include discussions of the substance of high-profile cases the office is prosecuting, particularly the election interference prosecution and the ongoing trial of the alleged YSL defendants. All right, I'm going to stop right there. Most of you probably are saying it or yelling it at your screen. She's been talking about it. It's not the first time she's talked about it. She talks about it pretty regularly, actually. Hence why we've even said, as far as maybe you talked about it too much, Fani. But please understand, she doesn't have to talk about it. She can say, I will participate in this debate, but we can't talk about X, Y, Z, A, B, C. We can talk about 1, 2, 3, but we can't talk about these particular topics. And that's perfectly fine. There's enough rationale in order to have a debate without having to talk about those particular two cases. There's nothing that would not preclude you from being able to debate. And again, I don't know, am I just being super critical? Because again, I'm not Team Fani. I'm not a supporter of her. But she talks about these topics all the time. She jokes about them. And such of that nature. But why not have a formal debate with two people? There's a Republican as well as a Democrat that are running for your position. If that man, I think his last name is Christian Pierce. Am I right? Is that his name? Christian Y. Smith, forgive me, and Courtney Kramer. Courtney Kramer is a Republican. Christian Y. Smith is the Democrat. Why would you not want to explain to people why they should keep you in office and not Christian Y. Smith? Because again, if they're a Democratic-leaning county, would they not maybe say, hey, this might be a better option for us? Maybe he doesn't have as much baggage as you do. Maybe he doesn't come with as much foolishness as you do. Why would you not want to debate him? To me, again, it feels like you're running from a opportunity to express ideas and challenge ideas in the open marketplace, which I don't think is a good idea. But let us continue. We understand that she cannot insist the panelists and her opponents avoid certain subjects, and consequently, her participation means likely repeatedly being unable to respond to questions, as well as risking saying something that defense counsel could make an issue of in ongoing litigation. The statement said, that's not true. You can say, we're not going to talk about this. That's all you got to do. And if you feel that if they ask you about something particular and you're like, yeah, that's going to still fall under the YSL case. I'm sorry, I cannot speak on that matter. I'll defer my time or whatever that nature. She doesn't have to. Again, there can be topics that you don't talk about, but please keep in mind there's enough going on that's not the only thing that's going on in Fulton County. Though she likes to support it like that. That's not the case. But let me finish up. The Atlanta Press Club is disappointed when any qualified candidate declines the participation in our debate series, said Lori Strauss, organizer of the Atlanta Press Club, Louder Milk Young Debate Series. Goodness gracious. We believe it is a responsibility of the people running for political office to answer questions from their local media that will help inform voters before they cast their ballots. All right. The rest of it, I'll leave the link. Let me just drop the link real quick for you. The rest of it is all just horse and pony show about the particular Trump case as well as the YSL. It really is and just all the drama that we've been talking about. It really isn't of value, in my opinion. That's the biggest portion. But so I'm wondering, am I just being petty? Is Jason just being a little bit like, I'm just picking on Fani because I don't think she's the right kind of person? Is that me? Is it me? I don't know. So I'm gonna real quick check the traps real quick. It's good to see. Thank y'all so much. There's 50 of y'all watching this. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this type of content and you find value in it, hey, why don't you just drop a thumbs up? Just hit a like. That really helps out a lot. Lets me know that you like what I'm doing. And if you don't like it, hit the thumbs up button 3 times. Kind of, sort of. All right. Good evening, Montag 451. Thank you so much. Good evening. John is in the building. Costa Chameleon says she won't debate because she knows she doesn't have any logical arguments for her actions and cannot defend her hypocritical previous positions she took in her initial campaign. Wow, of the office of DA. Wow, Costa Chameleon is not playing games tonight. Okay, she talks a lot about it from the pulpit. There you go. She talked about it, but that's not defending your position. That's declaring things without criticism. That's what I'm talking about. It's easy to talk about things, but when you have to face criticism and pushback, I think that's where you really sharpen and you fine tune your ideas. Now, I believe in having debate and having challengers to your discussion, so on and so forth. I'm just interested in this. Shara says Fulton County needs a DA that won't sleep with their employees. Fani. Yikes. Yeah. So see, to me, I think that is still on the table. That discussion is still on the table. So that would be in the purview. So I do think that, so is your opinion that I'm being critical, or do you feel like, that's Jason, that's kind of fair? Let me just drop a poll real quick. Is Jason being critical? Is Jason just being critical? All right, let's real quick. Okay, feel free, just drop it in there. Now, certainly, with this type of situation going on, clearly, Fani is probably, out campaigning. She's probably out feeding the homeless or rescuing puppies and kittens from trees, walking old ladies across the street. She's doing those type of things. That's why she can't be in the formal debate, right? Right? That would make sense, because that's why she's eschewing that, because she's focused on the people, the community, the folk that are potentially going to elect her, right? Right? That's probably that's what she's doing, right? She wouldn't be just going to a leadership retreat, right? And she wouldn't be doing that. Of course not. She wouldn't be going to the National Association of Black Community Officials retreat instead of debating these people, right? I mean, because this is April 25th through the 27th in Miami, Florida. No, she wouldn't be doing that, Jason. You're just making that up. Okay. Well, let's just look real quick. Let's just take a second to kind of peruse through here. And you all tell me. We got some speakers here. There's a prominent people like that. I don't see Fani there, Jason. Oh, you're right. I don't see Fani there either. Let's go to day 1. That's the 25th. So that's this coming up Friday. I don't see Fani there, Jason. Okay, you're right. I don't see her there. Wait. This is a leadership panel. Okay, let me look right here. Because clearly you're just being critical, Jason. You don't like Fani. You picking on the big sister, so-and-so's big sister, and you're just being mean. Yeah, absolutely. Let me know if I'm being mean. Absolutely. I have no idea why this website is not opening up. But let me just tell you right now, spoiler alert, she's going to be right here at this event right here in Miami, Florida. Oh, come on. Why is it not opening up? Oh, it's a conspiracy. All right, let me refresh this. Oh, conspiracy. Darn it. So she's actually going to the retreat, and she's going to a cocktail party. Like, she's going to be a feature at a cocktail party. And instead of being in a formal debate to talk about her ideas, why is this not? It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. See, that's how I'm gonna end up on Rico right there. Let me drop the link so y'all can see it. Maybe it'll work on your end. That's what I get, man. I'm being too critical. All right, let me open this back up so we can look at it together. Okay, down here at the bottom, when you go to the NABCO 2024, go down to the bottom. Day 1, go to day 2, click right here, and you can see her picture right there. Like, there's a picture right there, but for whatever reason, it won't open up. I had it opened up. I should have screenshotted it, but I was trying to walk through it. Let me see this right here. Yeah, it's not opening up. I should have had it screenshotted and ready. I knew it. So anyway, it's right there. So instead of going to the formal debate, she's going to be here in Miami at a cocktails and conversations with District Attorney Fani Willis, rather than actually be at the debate explaining to the people of Fulton County why it is that they should go into that box and cast their ballot for her. She is going to be in Miami having cocktails and conversations. I guess, do they make Grey Goose cocktails? Is that how they do it? I guess so. But that's where she's going to be. But Jason, come on, Jason. You're just being petty because you don't like Fani. You're not Team Fani. We don't even know that these are on the same day. So therefore, she can't be there they might be at the same time. Yeah, that's it. See, the debate and the conversations are at the same time. So that's why she can't be there, Jason. She can't be there because the debate, the Atlanta Press Club Louder Milk Young debate series, is at the same time as the conversations and the cocktail thing. And that's why she can't be there, because the conversations and the cocktail thing is on the 25th of the 26th. That's Friday. And see, the Louder Milk Young thing, that's on the, oh no, it's on the 29th. So there is no excuse. Sorry, there's not an excuse. She could go to this just the same as anybody else could. And I'm going to drop the link in here as well. This is the debate series. And it might be fun. I mean, it might be fun to watch and hear these other two people that are trying to vie for this position. But instead of going and explaining to the people of Fulton County, which again, I think the people of Fulton County deserve to hear the person that is the chief law enforcement officer of the county explain herself and explain why she should be hired again in this role. But no, she is going to go to Miami to have cocktails and conversations with District Attorney Fani Willis. And you can see here on the Press Club, this is their official website, Press Club Debates. And you can see here, they're explaining what races are going to be in the debates, so on and so forth. And at the very bottom, you see that at 6:45 p.m. on April 29th, the taping and a live stream, and then the broadcast on April 29th. So she could come to this. She could. But she's not. Because why? And again, I think it's because she knows that she would not be able to answer questions pertaining to her lying. She would not be able to answer questions pertaining to how she's using monies as it relates to her federal grant money, whistleblowers that have been fired, um, acquisition of vehicles that have never been bought, but money has been spent. All of those kind of things like that that could come up if she stood on that stage with Christian Wise and the young lady Kramer. I think that's why she's not going to be there. But I want to hear from y'all. Let me check my poll real quick. And what did you all think? Did y'all think Jason was just being a little bit too critical of Fani? Let's see. The overall opinion was 80% of you all said no, that I was not being critical. There's some of you think I am. Okay, that's fine. I appreciate it. But I it's just so perplexing to me. Like, why would you not want to explain to the people that are going to potentially hire you why they should hire you? Especially when all they're hearing is the negative about you. Why would you not want to put a good face on, or a contrary view or viewpoint about your performance? Why would you not? Let's keep this going. Shara says, it's Jason. Yep. Is Jason being mean? Let him know at dearwokec@gmail.com. That's how you email management. Absolutely. Being critical is good, Montag 451 says. It keeps all of us held to a higher standard. Absolutely. Problems with the internet for a few days now. Today's realtors e-keys do not work in the whole state of Georgia. It's real fun. Oh, well, thank you so much. There's a difference between being critical and being mean. I think you managed the difference well. Well, thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. And then lastly, she's a strong black woman, but apparently questions scare her, Shara said. Yeah, I'm just like, why would you not? And then I think, in my opinion, people of Fulton County should be like, yo, why are you not? Because I don't live in Fulton County. I live in Cobb. But why are you not addressing? Because is she going to ever debate? I would love to know that. And please understand, the election is, if I'm not mistaken, is it May 21st? I think it's May 21st. I could be wrong. But it's coming up, is in May, in the latter part of May. So you got less than a month to win people over. Maybe she knows she's a shoe-in, and she knows they're not gonna take her out of this. Maybe that's it. Maybe she already knows. You know, she's already read the tea leaves. She knows the victory's hers. She's already got the W, and so she's just gonna keep it moving. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is, why are you not telling people who you are? Yeah, her primary is in May, absolutely. And then in November is her run against Kramer. Now, Kramer is going to have all of this time to establish herself. That's going to be wild. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to be an upset. I don't know if it's going to be an unseating of Queen Fani. But boy, it would be so comical if in fact it did happen. And we could point back and say, well, you did not participate in the debate series as one of the reasons that you were unseated. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. She didn't want to explain her actions in court, under the oath, and in front of a judge. She lost her ever-loving mind when confronted. Can you imagine how she would react on stage? That is a good question. That is a good question, too. Debates oftentimes don't bode well for those who don't have good decorum. You know what? That could be it, too. Maybe she knows she's not going to be able to manage herself, and the Brahma bull is going to come out. That would be interesting. Man, please, I just want some debates. So I do want some debates. Maybe the votes are already in. Wouldn't surprise me, Shara said. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's very possible. I wouldn't be surprised myself either. But yeah, that was it. I saw that and I said, man, maybe I'm just being super critical. Maybe I'm just being petty here. And I just, I don't like Fani. I don't think she's a great person. And maybe that's it. So I just wanted to hear what y'all thought about it. A debate, trust me, if they do debate, we're going to watch that together. We're going to be watching that in real time because that is going to be amazing. Some must-see TV. Shoot, we might just watch even the other two if she doesn't come. So apparently, if she doesn't come, they're going to have a podium with her name on it. So there'll just be an empty podium right there. That would be so savage if they do that to her. But if she doesn't come, I still might watch it. It still might be very interesting to hear. And so, yeah, we might just do that. Maybe do like, that'll be part of the late night. There you go. DWC debate watch party. That would be comedy gold.